Hello to all you aspiring writers and published authors. Welcome to Publishing Power, the show that will help you write more, edit better, and publish professionally. I'm Joellen Nordstrom, your Publishing Power pal, first editing founder, and the host for this podcast. Now let's talk publishing, editing, and more. Our show notes are included at Publishing Power and firstediting.com. Today we have Aaron Woodson on our show. He is a poet who is the author of The Face of Expression. Welcome, Aaron.
Well, hey, thank you for having me, Joanne.
Oh, this is great. We're so excited to have you because we have not had a poet as of today. We will have more in the future, I'm sure, because we do a lot of editing of poetry. However, we met at the Book Expo in New York, and that was very exciting. And so I wanted to take this opportunity, especially having gone through that experience together and meeting with somebody that we really connected. And I thought, okay, let's get this talking about poetry and how it is from your perspective. So I'm just going to start off with, can you describe yourself as a writer, as a poet, and let us know a little bit about you?
As a poet and a writer, I've been doing this since I was 15 years old. It started out as just writing, after hearing lyrics to songs, and also, just writing to the ladies out there. And, and then it became more of a passion. And so I grew more into it, and I really enjoyed it. I write based on inspiration. I write on, just things I experience, feel, see others go through. And it's just been my kind of like my therapeutic release or escape from reality.
Right. Your creativity coming out. So you wrote a book. You didn't just write poems. You actually compiled them together and you put them into a book. So tell me, what was your ultimate goal when you were thinking about this? What was the end result you were aiming for?
I said this a long time ago, about 20 years ago. I said I was going to be a published author, and talk about speaking it, right?
Yeah.
So I am with the published book, and that was the goal. But I think the main goal was to become a best-selling published author.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that takes a lot of work and launching and organizing. So, when you're doing this, it's a long process. People come to us and they think, oh, I've published and yay, it's done. It's just the first door. So
right.
Tell us, you're in the learning process now. Which
Yes.
groups or tools, people, what kind of things did you use to create where you are now? I know you went to the Book Expo, which is a big step for authors to attend and to get out there and put themselves in front of publishers and publishing houses and even self-publishing tools, all these amazing things to network and to see what's out there. What were you doing before the Book Expo?
What I was doing before the Book Expo event, Joanne, was, I basically hosted, book signing events, went to networking events, just getting on social media, tapping into different, different areas I could to meet people. And I learned a lot of different tips on how to market my book.
Right.
And so that was the biggest thing, learning how to market.
Exactly. And marketing is a huge step. So did you find you had any roadblocks in the writing or becoming a published author, anything that you had to overcome?
Sometimes you got to get over yourself, because there's times where you're just not feeling it.
Yeah.
And like you don't want to force anything. You kind of want to, get in, write what comes to you. Right. And so that's how I dealt with it. Just, not trying to rush, just like let the writing come to me.
Okay. Yeah. It is hard. I hear about writer's block all the time. And we have those who are extremely scheduled and meticulous in their times that they work. And then there's others who just wait for the inspiration and that magical muse to hit them. So it's always interesting to see the difference and how it doesn't matter as a whole, but it's totally dependent upon you as an individual of what works.
Yeah.
and sticking with it. So
definitely.
What were the specific steps that were required to achieve your success in publishing?
Well, that's a good question. at first I had to pick a actual publisher, like which I wanted to know which route I wanted to take, whether I wanted to be self-published or traditionally published.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided to go the self-publishing route. I figured they would, be a lot more helpful for me, exposing my book to the masses, and just giving me more of a exposure. And I had to basically talk to the team, the marketing team there. They wanted to know my vision, how I wanted the layout of my book. And, we kind of, hashed it out step by step. And we had a finished product after we went through the process. And here's Face of Expression today, my baby. So
It is a baby, that's for sure. We got to make it grow.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you incur any specific costs along the way? And do you have any tips that you can share with others on how to avoid unnecessary costs? Because it can get very expensive very quickly.
Yes. I incurred just, the basic fees for, the marketing package,
Mm-hmm.
how to, the cover, the printing costs, all that stuff. But obviously, I mean, you are going to have to spend money on marketing your book.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably where you're going to get into the most, where it gets more expensive.
Yeah.
But the basic package wasn't too bad. I think I paid like $700-800 at the time
Mm-hmm.
to just put it together. And I think overall, to avoid unnecessary costs, I would definitely do your research. Number one,
Yeah.
you don't want to put your money in something that's not a sure thing. You want to basically make sure your money works for you with how you market your book. Whether it be like, let's say, if you have a small budget, let's say you want to, I don't know, do an audio book or something, instead of a paperback, you could go that route. You could do ebook.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, mm-hmm.
There's lots of choices out there. So,
Yeah.
And how did you manage your time? How long did it take you? I mean, and how did you manage the time to create your book?
Off and on, it was a 9-year process.
Wow.
Because I mean, it was just a lot of things that, I kind of was going through my military phase. While I was in the military, I was serving the country. And then when you're trying to do life outside of your work, it's like, okay, how do you balance it?
Right.
So when I had free time, I would put little by little together. And when it was time to come out, it came out.
No. Good. And is there anything that you wish you had done differently?
I wish I would have, I guess you would say, definitely get an editor. They always have like second, third opinions, there's always an outside view of people valuing their opinions, get different insights. That helps out a lot. Let's see, what else could I say? Maybe actually have a marketing plan. A step-by-step marketing plan, and always and then also making sure that how to correctly use social media.
Yes.
No one really taught me how to use that properly, because we just post something and it's like, okay, buy my book. You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be like, you kind of want to make it a journey. You want to make it what do you call it, a theme. Like, people per se don't really care about your book. They care mostly about themselves and their problems. So, I was listening to a podcast actually today, and they were talking about how to market your book. And that was one of the things that I just mentioned that I got from that podcast. You just have to, you have to make people drum up interest, if you will, about your book, how it relates to them, not per se just you.
Exactly.
if that makes sense.
Oh, it does. It does. People want to, once you have engagement and once you have a relationship with them, you can
Yeah,
write again and again and again. But finding them initially is, the best is to find authors and poets who are similar to you and be part of their group, and then, actively be in there without any motive for your own well-being, just to find your people. And then
yeah,
when it feels right and everyone knows you, and it develops, you can make those little statements of, by the way, I have this new book, and if anybody could give me some feedback, or try it out.
yeah,
I think you get a lot more there. So yeah, it's a lot of work. And social media,
yeah,
I don't think anyone's been taught how to use that thing yet. I mean, it's not in its infancy anymore, and yet it's a growing beast. That's, and which platform you're on, it's always different. So where
definitely.
were there any fears that you had to overcome to achieve your success to publish?
I had to get over the fact of, what will people think about my book? You know, I mean, I'm always a carefree kind of guy. I
Mhm.
usually I usually don't care, but with this, I wanted to make sure that I wanted, this book represents not just me, but it represents my family.
Mhm.
I wouldn't want to do anything to, you know, cause embarrassment for them or myself. You want to make sure whatever you do it from the heart, and it's done correctly. It's basically it's a representation of you, and I was very mindful of that, and I think I did pretty well. So
Good, good.
yeah,
Congratulations. Not a lot of
thank you.
people can feel so confident, so that's really good. So the last part I always like to ask is if there's any final words of advice you can give out there. And as a poet, I think maybe you can give a little insight there, but other people are writing, other people are dreaming, other people are designing and thinking, and they check in to see others that are just like them who have done this
Yeah.
also. So what are your final words of advice for our listeners out there?
I would definitely tell any aspiring author or wherever you are in your journey, if you just published your book,
Mhm.
I would say, definitely get started. Don't put off anything. There's something inside of you that you can give to someone else. Someone out there needs what you have.
Right.
We all have a book inside us, that's waiting to be written, or a story that's waiting to be told. Uh, so I would just say, um, write from your heart. Definitely put together an action plan. Make sure you get your finances in order. you
Always.
know, keep that in order, so that way you have resources. Connect with other people, um, people that have, like, if you're trying to go somewhere that you've never been before, you kind of have to surround yourself with people that are going in the same journey as you, or have already been where
Mhm.
you're trying to get to. And it's always good to gain wisdom and insight, um, from people that are knowledgeable, that can help you along the way.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
There's always somebody out there, so it's best to lean on them, and you'll meet them in the most amazing ways, as we have
Yeah.
found out.
Oh, very true. Very true.
Oh, that's great. Well, I appreciate you coming on today. Again, the name of the book is The Face of Expression. It's by Aaron Woodson. And
Yes, and you
there it
could
is.
find it on Amazon.com, or on my website, thefaceofexpression.com.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
and also, just to let all my viewers know out there, I am currently writing the sequel to The Face of Expression. It's called The Face of Expression 2: The Saga Continues.
Nice.
And that yeah, should
That's
be
great.
coming out next summer.
Oh, now we've got a deadline. Good job. You're going to push yourself. That's awesome. When you have a
Yes.
goal, you keep to it and you achieve so much more. So that's great. So again, please check out Aaron Woodson's book, The Face of Expression, on either his website or on Amazon.com. And if you enjoyed today's publication, please join us again here at Publishing Power. the podcast where we learn how to edit and write and do so much more as authors. And again, please check us out. If you like what you're seeing here, like, follow, and become one of our followers. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.